Hey, Patrick from A-1 Vacuum and Sewing here in Reno, Nevada, and we're going to do a quick video that touches on the subject of what vacuum to buy. This is something that I hear all the time in the store where people come in and they're like, I'm here for a vacuum. I'll start to ask some questions about what they're looking for, and almost universally what I'll hear from customers is, I have no idea what I'm here to look for. So I'm gonna try to keep this really, really simple. You guys have heard me say it before. If you've seen our prior videos, some of our videos have actually gotten pulled down because we were advertising prices that were too low. But in the vacuum world right now, there is Sebo, and then there's everything else. It is single source German product, 10-year warranties, and the best performers. So, it is a quality product and you got to pay for them. I do consider them in that premium price range. But that said, there is Sebo and then there's everybody else. Nobody else even comes close when it comes to performance, value, and warranty. In my shop, my number one selling vacuum is going to be the E3 Canister. And the reason it's the number one selling vacuum is it's the best combination of versatility and lightweight. And for most households, that's going to be totally fine. Now, the other thing that you'll hear me say in my store all the time is, if you're not a canister person, I don't want to make you one. Meaning, if you've only had an upright vacuum, I'm going to basically tell you, let's just focus on uprights. I've had way too many people that come in, we do demos, we kind of spend some time, we look at vacuums, they decide to buy a canister. And in my store, if you have any reservations about a canister at all, I will do my best to not sell you one. I will focus on the upright products, because I've had way too many people come back after a couple years that say something like, it's a fantastic vacuum, I just don't like the canister. So if you've never had a canister and you don't feel like you're super open-minded to it, let's stick with the uprights. But let's just talk about canisters really, really fast. They're gonna be the quietest products. They are the most versatile. And the reason I say they're the most versatile is something like the E3 is gonna give you the greatest amount of power, the lightest power nozzle, and then it also is going to give you multiple floor tools. And what do I mean by that? What I mean by that is you are going to get a dusting brush with the product. And I'm going to grab this one just because I don't see the dusting brush that comes with it. But when you're on hard surface, you've got two options when you're using a canister. You can use it with the roller on, or you can turn that roller off and go right onto your hardwoods without worrying about the brush scratching the floor or doing any damage to the floor, spitting debris out behind the vacuum. What I tell folks about that situation is, when you turn the roller off, and this is most upright vacuums as well, when you turn that roller off, when you go onto hard surface, it's gonna pass the visible test. It'll pick up kind of the largest visible debris. It'll pick up pet hair, stuff like that. But if it does not pass the barefoot test, if you're walking behind the vacuum, you're crunching on debris on the floor. So the staticky debris stays there. The floor brush eliminates that because the brush breaks the static adhesion of the dirt to the floor. The suction is concentrated in a smaller area. It's probably hard to see this just given the format of the video, but that suction's concentrated in a smaller area. It's actually gonna physically remove that dirt from the floor. So you're using the right tool for the job. And then the other thing I always tell folks about canisters is, there's practical cleaning and there's really cleaning. My mom's coming over for dinner. I wanna clean really fast. I wanna get it done really fast. I'm just leaving the power nozzle on, turning the brush on and off. The house is gonna look fine for my mom, but when I really want to deep clean, I'm gonna change those tools. Or like, I have twins, and I used to split the chore between them. I'd go, one of you does hard surface, one of you does carpet. So if anybody comes in the store and has greater than 40% hard surface, we are going to really focus on canisters and kind of figure out if they're open to the idea of the canister. And just as a starting point, the E3 is fantastic. The E3 retails for $11.99. There's a national deal at $1,049. That's what you see online. If you call me at the store, I'll save you a couple $100 on the product, and you're getting that same great product, the 10-year warranty. And like I said, you've got the greatest amount of versatility. I mean, you've got the hose right there. Your dusting brush is right here. You've got a crevice tool and an upholstery nozzle, and those are going to be the majority of the tools that come on all the vacuums. And then with the Sebo product, you're going to have things like cloth bumpers. Your walls won't mark the cloth bumpers. Your bumpers won't mark your walls, and that's great. And then you've got a 30-foot cord. So that's the best-selling product that we have in the store. If you've got that greater than 40% hard surface and you're not open to the idea of a canister, if you've never had one and you fall into that category of, I don't want to sell you a canister and then see you a couple of years later wanting an upright, I'm going to go with the Sebo Automatic X7. And you will find a smaller number of vacuums in my store than you will in a lot of stores because I'm pretty opinionated about the product. There's an X8, there's an X4, and here's why I don't normally sell those. This is their premium product. It's the same vacuum you get with the X8. The X8's just wider, so you're spreading that suction out over a wider place. I feel like you get the best combination of cleaning power and performance, and the X7 is going to leave that roller on your hard surface. So if you've got a lot of hard surface, but I'm going to sell you an upright, this is going to be what I try to sell you. You're going to have easy access to the rollers, slip clutches, like all those things that you get in the rest of the Sebo product line. It's just a fantastic product, and I always joke that I warp the door. It's also their tougher product. So when I have somebody that tells me, you know, I need a vacuum because and this is remarkable how often I hear this, when somebody comes in and says, I need a vacuum and I've broken all my other vacuums, I'm going to go with the X7 because it is an absolute tank. Staying in the upright product line, my next product I'll talk about is the Dart. This is kind of my value product. So the Dart normally retails for $5.99. Once again, I'm going to save you like $100 to $200 on every single vacuum here. If you buy them from me, it doesn't matter where you are, I can ship them to you. I can't. This is internet, like I can't ship this one to you, but I can ship the other X7, so we can talk about that. But with the Sebo Dart, it's essentially a Felix without the suction control, without the swivel neck, and it doesn't come with the floor brush. And so, yeah, the Felix is a great product. Wirecutter from New York Times Magazine basically said that the Felix was their vacuum of the year. It was the best vacuum money could buy. But the reality is I can get you so close to that price point with the X7, there is no reason to look at it. So in my store, you're just going to find the Dart. This product, I'm going to focus less on this if you have a lot of hard surface. And the reason for that is this is one of those products you're going to turn that roller off. And so, and quite frankly, I don't think these products, when you put the dusting brush on them, they're not as convenient because they won't stand up. You've got to lay them on the floor, lean them against the wall or something like that. And I just know in my house, I wouldn't really do that. You do have the ability with both the Dart and the Felix to basically take the product off the power nozzle. It becomes a little handheld vacuum. So that's really convenient too. With the Dart, you're going to get a crevice tool and a dusting brush. The design of the handle actually works as a nice upholstery nozzle. I've tested that out in my own home. And so the Dart is kind of my value product, like first vacuum, first premium vacuum, something like that. Great product. Once again, like you can get into the product in my store for a couple $100 less than that $5.99. And quite frankly, it's an excellent first product that'll last you a really long time. Great suction, it's quiet, same level of high filtration, etc. And then I have what I consider my specialty products, right? The top of the line D4, people call me and they go, do I need the D4? Well, every feature that I sell somebody on the Sebo E3 is same with the D4. You're looking at about 25-30% additional power, but the E3 is already more powerful than what you're using anyways. It's overkill. Why do I sell the D4? There's two primary reasons. Who's the D4 for? In Reno, we have a lot of households with, like, they come in and they're like, I got 4 dogs and 3 cats, or I got 2 German Shepherds, I've got 3 golden retrievers. This bag is twice the size of any other canister bag I've ever seen. With the high flow product that Sebo sells, meaning they pack those bags, like when this bag is totally full, it is hard to the touch. You're cutting your bag cost roughly in half by going with the D4, because you're going to fit so much more debris in there. So the D4 in my shop is going to be for one of 3 types of customers. Either that customer that has super active household, lots of pets, lots of dirt, and they just need the biggest bag. The other thing about the D4 is it's roughly a 40-foot cord. Anybody who's in a house greater than 4,000 square feet, we're going to talk about the D4, because you have to plug in less. You have almost 100-foot cleaning radius when you factor in the hose, the vacuum, and that length of the cord. Like my house, I'm in a relatively large split level house. It's really wide. It's over 100 feet wide. And so in my house, it makes a lot of sense to have that 40-foot cord. If I plug in centrally, I can do my entire main floor without replugging in. I can do my entire upstairs without replugging in. So that long cord is going to make the difference. And then the third customer is that customer that's just like, I want the best. I want the top of the line. The D4 is their top of the line canister. Normally $13.49. Once again, I'm going to save you more like $300 or $400 on the D4 if you get it from me. The E1. Every now and then I meet somebody that's like, I've got a couple of vacuums. I need something only to do hard surface. That's going to be the Sebo E1. It's going to be the least expensive canister that has that 10-year warranty. It's suction only, comes with a little combination tool. But the reality is, for most people, I'm going to steer you away from that, because most people, even if it's all hard surface in the house, like my whole house is hard surface, even though I'm all hard surface, every room has area rugs in it. So if you're in that situation, you really need a full-size canister with that. And last but not least is going to be the D1. It's a unique product, very powerful vacuum, comes with a turbo brush. I'm not a big turbo brush fan, because you're harvesting like 20 to 30% of that suction that you get out of the vacuum is wasted just on getting the brush to turn. That said, the D1, like the D4, it's the same canister, same long cord, same big bag, and that same extra power. If you remember what I said, it's like 25%, 30% more power than the E3. With the D1, if you come into my store, and we're seeing this more and more, people are getting rid of their carpet, they're getting rid of their area rugs. I'll see those customers that come in, they're like, I just got rid of all the soft surfaces in my house. I have like 2 small indoor-outdoor area rugs and entryways of the house. For that customer, the D1 is fantastic, because not only does it come with that brush, with the turbo brush, but it also comes with the standard 12-inch floor brush. So you've got both brushes, both premium products to use on the appropriate surfaces. So it's a newer product for us. I've just started carrying it. I'm seeing more and more of those customers. But the D1 is perfect for that. And you know, the reality is, if you're in my store in person, I'm going to try to sell you the vacuum that you want, but I'm also going to try to steer you towards the product that in the 10 years that we've owned the store is going to be the best one for you. So just to recap really fast, best all-around product, best-selling product in my store is going to be that Sebo Airbelt E3 canister. It's just the best combination of versatility, size, weight, etc. For those of you that want the top of the line upright, the X7 is going to be the choice, or anybody who has greater than 40% hard surface and still wants an upright. The X7 is going to be the best product for you. The Dart, that's going to be my entry-level product, or if it's your first premium product and you want to step into premium vacuums, great way to do it. Beautiful product. You just have to be aware of what you're doing. Here's one of my dogs right here. This is Momo. Great entry into premium product. And then, like I said before, D4. Anybody with multiple pets or a massive house, that's really going to be the product for you. It gives you the largest cord. 40-foot cord on the X7 too. So like if you're not a canister person, but you've got that big house, this is going to be where we go. Top of the line product. And then like once again, just that big house, lots of pets, or top of the line. And then the E1 and the D1 are going to be those products for those of you who either have multiple vacuums or you really don't have any hard surface at all. Just excellent product line. So I hope this makes it easier for you to figure out what's going on. You'll find the products on our website at their advertised prices. If you want the deal, you want to save a couple $100, give us a call at the shop. My name's Patrick, 775-852-2323. We'll get you hooked up and get you what you need, and I appreciate the time.